Hey everyone! Welcome back to the Speak English podcast. I'm David, and we're here to help you speak English more fluently and confidently.
And I'm Sarah. If you ever feel stuck translating everything in your head before speaking English, you're not alone. And this episode is going to change the way you learn.
That's right. Today we're talking about a game-changing idea. How to make your brain think in English automatically. Not just speaking, but actually thinking in English, without switching back and forth in your mind.
Imagine this. You see something and your first reaction comes in English. Not after translation, not after hesitation. That's what will help you unlock today.
And just to be clear, this is for everyone, no matter your level. Whether you're a beginner or advanced learner, you can train your brain to think in English more naturally.
Before we jump in, make sure to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any episodes. We share tips, conversations, and techniques to help you level up your English.
So grab your headphones, get comfortable, and let's explore the powerful concept of how to make your brain think in English automatically, starting right now.
Let's go. First, let's understand what this technique really means and how it works.
When we say think in English automatically, we mean your brain starts forming thoughts directly in English, without needing to stop and translate. It's a powerful shift that can dramatically speed up your speaking and improve your overall fluency in everyday situations.
Most learners speak slower because their minds are still thinking in their native language. They build a sentence, then try to find the right words in English. This takes time, causes confusion, and makes speaking feel like a stressful, tiring process every single time.
But the good news is, your brain is capable of adapting. Just like learning to drive or ride a bike, the more you practice forming thoughts in English, the more natural it becomes. One day, you'll realize you're not translating anymore. English just flows from your mind.
This technique works by building direct connections between the idea you want to express and the English words that express it. Instead of going through a translation step, your brain starts recognizing situations and automatically producing the English expressions you need.
The process starts with input, listening, reading, and observing how English is actually used, but input is only half the work. To train your brain effectively, you also need output, practicing speaking, thinking, and even silently talking to yourself using English words.
And don't worry. Thinking in English doesn't mean using complex or advanced words. In fact, it's better to focus on simple, clear phrases. The goal is to create smooth mental connections between what you see, feel, or want to say and the English language itself.
For example, if you're feeling hungry, your brain should instantly think, "I'm hungry," instead of describing the feeling and searching for the words. This automatic response comes from repetition, consistency, and active use of English in your daily life.
Your brain works based on habits and repetition. If you keep practicing with the same phrases, expressions, and sentence structures, it starts recognizing them as the default. That's when English starts becoming your thinking language more naturally.
Many learners think they need to be perfect before they can think in English, but that's not true. You can begin training your brain even with basic vocabulary and short phrases. What matters most is doing it often and building a routine around this habit.
So remember this. Thinking in English is not something that happens by accident. It's something you train your brain to do. The more you live in English, through listening, speaking, and thinking, the more natural and automatic it becomes over time.
Let's do a quick exercise. Right now, look around you. Find one object and describe it in English. Just one sentence. For example, this chair is black and very comfortable. Don't overthink. Just let the words come, even if they're simple. That's thinking in English.
Now let's try something different. Think about how you feel. Are you tired, excited, calm? Say the sentence in your mind. I feel a little tired, but I'm ready to learn. This is how you start building the habit, by reacting to real moments using English thoughts.
You can also practice during daily activities. If you're cooking, say to yourself, I'm cutting the vegetables now, or the water is boiling. These are small phrases, but they train your brain to connect actions directly with English expressions in real time.
One powerful method is narration. As you go through your day, describe what you're doing in English, even silently. I'm walking to the store. I'm opening the window. This helps your brain link the activity with English instead of stopping to translate first.
Another great practice is using questions. Ask yourself things like, what do I need to do next? Or, how's the weather today? Answer in English, even in your mind. This helps your brain stay in English mode and makes your inner dialogue smoother and more automatic.
You can also use visual cues. Look at a picture and describe what you see in English. Try saying, there's a man wearing a red jacket. He looks like he's waiting for a bus. This forces your brain to react to images using English language structures without delay.
Try creating short imaginary conversations in English. For instance, imagine someone asks you, how was your day? Think of a natural answer like, it was great. I finished my work early and watched a movie. Practicing imaginary dialogues is excellent. Brain training.
You don't always need a partner to practice. Your brain is capable of thinking in English as long as you give it situations and responses. Keep things simple, realistic, and related to your life. That way, your brain learns to respond automatically in everyday moments.
If you ever feel stuck, just simplify the sentence. Don't try to speak like a textbook. Say what you can with what you know. For example, instead of, I would prefer to stay inside, just say, I want to stay home. Clear thoughts in English matter more than perfection.
The key is repetition and relevance. The more you think about real things in your life using English, the faster your brain adjusts. Every sentence you form, even silently, is one more step toward making English your natural thinking language. Keep going. It works.
When you train your brain to think in English automatically, speaking becomes faster and more natural. You stop hesitating, and the words just come. This gives you more confidence in conversations, especially when you're under pressure or speaking with native speakers.
Another powerful benefit is clarity. When you think directly in English, your thoughts are more organized and your sentences sound more natural. It also helps you avoid strange word-for-word translations that often make your speech confusing or difficult to follow.
Thinking in English also improves your listening skills. When your brain is already operating in English mode, it's easier to understand spoken English without needing to mentally translate everything. You respond faster, and your brain processes information more efficiently.
It also makes learning vocabulary easier. When you associate new words with real-life situations instead of translations, you remember them faster and use them correctly. You're not just memorizing, you're living the language, and that's what leads to fluency.
And here's something important. Automatic thinking helps reduce fear. You're not afraid of forgetting words or making mistakes because English becomes a part of your thinking routine. That freedom allows you to speak more openly and take part in real conversations.
One amazing thing is how this process helps with writing too. When your brain is used to forming thoughts in English, writing becomes smoother and more expressive. You'll write faster, with better structure, and feel more confident about your grammar and vocabulary choices.
You'll also notice better pronunciation. When you think in English, you're repeating phrases mentally, often hearing them in your mind. This mental repetition reinforces natural rhythm and stress, making your spoken English sound more fluid and more native-like.
Another big advantage is mental flexibility. When you're used to thinking in English, switching between languages becomes easier. But more importantly, your brain adapts faster to new situations, whether it's a job interview, a trip abroad, or a video call in English.
And finally, it saves you energy. Translating in your head all the time is exhausting. But when you remove that step, speaking feels lighter and more enjoyable. You'll use less mental effort and still communicate better, which means more energy for learning and living.
In short, the benefits are real and long-term. Thinking in English gives you more fluency, less stress, and greater independence. It's one of the most important habits you can develop as a learner, and today, you've already taken your first step toward it. Great job.
Step 1 is simple. Choose a short moment in your day to think in English. It could be during breakfast, your walk to work, or brushing your teeth. Start by describing what you're doing in your mind using simple words. This small habit builds a strong foundation.
Step 2. Focus on short daily phrases. Think about what you say every day, like I'm hungry, it's time to leave, or I'm tired. Practice saying them in English, both out loud and silently. Repeating these phrases helps your brain respond faster over time.
Step 3 is to set a daily thinking challenge. For example, tell yourself, for the next 5 minutes, I will only think in English. You can do this while cooking, cleaning, or walking. These short challenges are powerful and help train your brain to stay in English mode.
Step 4. Talk to yourself. It may feel strange at first, but it's one of the best techniques. Say your thoughts aloud in English when you're alone. Describe your plans, your feelings, or your surroundings. This trains your brain to produce English naturally and consistently.
Step 5. Use repetition. If you learn a new phrase or word, repeat it throughout the day. Say it several times in different situations. For example, I need to focus. Use it when you're working or studying. The more often your brain uses a phrase, the quicker it becomes automatic.
Step 6 is to use visual prompts. Put sticky notes around your house with simple English words or sentences. When you see them, read and think about them in context. This visual contact with English triggers spontaneous thinking and reinforces memory.
Step 7. Watch or listen to something in English every day. Even just 5 to 10 minutes of a podcast, video, or audiobook can shift your brain into English mode. While listening, try repeating phrases silently or out loud. This builds natural connections between sound and meaning.
Step 8. Write your thoughts in English. Start a simple journal and write a few sentences about your day or your plans. Writing helps you slow down and focus. On expressing your ideas directly in English, which strengthens mental links between ideas and vocabulary.
Step 9. Review and reuse. Don't just move on to new content all the time. Revisit old words, expressions, and thoughts. Say them again in new contexts. This review makes your brain more efficient and helps transform what you know into what you can use instantly.
And finally, step 10. Stay consistent. This is not about one big effort. It's about small, regular practice. Make English thinking a part of your daily life. Even if it's just for a few minutes, do it every day. That's how real fluency and automatic thinking are built over time.
One of the biggest mistakes learners make is trying to translate everything word by word. This slows your thinking and creates awkward sentences. Instead, focus on using simple phrases that sound natural in English. Trust your brain to connect meaning without translating.
Another common mistake is being afraid of thinking in bad English. Many people believe their grammar must be perfect, even in their thoughts. But the truth is, fluency starts with messy practice. Don't worry about mistakes. Just keep thinking and improving as you go.
Some learners also expect quick results. They try thinking in English for a few days, and when they don't see big progress, they stop. But automatic thinking takes time. Be patient and consistent. Even 5 minutes a day can lead to big changes if you keep doing it every day.
Relying only on passive input is another error. Watching shows or listening to podcasts is helpful. But if you're not actively thinking or speaking, your progress will be limited. Turn input into output. Repeat phrases, describe what you hear, or react in English in real time.
Overloading your brain is also a mistake. Don't try to memorize long lists of vocabulary or complex grammar while trying to think in English. Keep things simple. Use common words and phrases until they become natural, then slowly build from there with real-life context.
Some learners avoid speaking or thinking out loud because they feel embarrassed, even when they're alone. But this is a missed opportunity. Thinking out loud builds fluency and confidence. There's no judgment. It's just you and your language practice. Be brave and start.
A big mistake is not reviewing what you've practiced. If you only think of something once, your brain won't retain it. Repetition is key. Revisit words and phrases often. The goal is to make them automatic, and that only happens through frequent and natural repetition.
Another trap is over-focusing on accuracy instead of flow. When you think in English, aim for communication, not perfection. Don't stop your thoughts to correct every word. Keep the flow going. You can fix small details later. Fluency comes from movement, not control.
Some people believe they must first be fluent to think in English, but it's actually the opposite. Thinking in English is what creates fluency. Don't wait until you feel ready. Start now, even with simple sentences. The process itself is what makes you ready over time.
Finally, don't isolate your practice. Thinking in English should be part of a full experience. Listening, speaking, reading, and writing. The more you surround yourself with the language, the more natural thinking in English becomes. Make it part of your world, not a separate task.
Here's our challenge for you. For the next 7 days, choose one specific moment in your daily routine, like during breakfast or walking, and commit to thinking only in English during that time. It's just a few minutes a day, but it creates powerful momentum over time.
To help you succeed with this challenge, prepare 3 simple phrases each morning that you want to focus on. Write them down, look at them throughout the day, and try to use them during your English thinking moment. This makes your practice focused and efficient.
You can also keep a small English thinking journal. Each night, write one short paragraph in English about something you thought during the day. It could be about your feelings, what you saw, or what you did. This reflection locks in the habit and helps your mind stay active.
Another fun idea. Use your phone to record a 30-second voice message to yourself. In English, talk about your plans, your mood, or what happened today. When you hear your own voice in English, your brain starts recognizing that language as part of who you are.
Want to go deeper? Try the mirror talk technique. Stand in front of a mirror once a day and speak in English for 1 minute. Don't worry about mistakes. Just talk. Look at yourself while speaking. It builds confidence, clarity, and trains your brain to think and speak faster.
Here's a twist on the challenge. Set reminders on your phone that pop up with English questions like, "What are you doing right now?" or "What do you want to eat today?" When you see them, pause and answer in English, silently or out loud. It's quick and keeps your brain engaged.
You can also create thinking themes for each day. For example, Monday is about describing places, Tuesday is about emotions, Wednesday is about future plans, and so on. This variety keeps your thinking fresh and expands your vocabulary naturally, day by day.
If you have a friend learning English too, send each other daily thinking challenges. For example, today, think only in English while cooking. Share your experiences at the end of the day. Practicing together makes it more fun and keeps you motivated.
Don't forget to reward yourself. At the end of the 7-day challenge, treat yourself for staying consistent. It could be watching a movie in English, buying a small gift, or simply feeling proud. Your brain responds to rewards. Use that to reinforce your habit.
So here's our final suggestion. Don't wait. Start your English thinking. Challenge today. Choose a moment, prepare your phrases, and take the first step. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be present. Every thought in English brings you closer to fluency.
Today, we talked about how to make your brain think in English automatically. We explained what it means, how it works, gave you real examples, common mistakes to avoid, and practical ways to train your brain every single day. The key is to start small, stay consistent, and stay positive.
Thinking in English isn't just a skill, it's a mindset, and it's something anyone can develop with time and practice. We hope these ideas help you feel more confident and ready to take control of your English journey. Now it's your turn to take action and try these techniques for yourself.
If you've ever tried thinking in English before, share your experience in the comments. Tell us what worked, what was difficult, or how it helped you improve. We love reading your stories, and your comment might inspire someone else who's watching this episode.
And if you've made it this far, we know you're serious about improving your fluency. So let's make a deal. Write the word brain in the comments to show us you watched all the way to the end. That way, we'll know you're part of the community that's really committed to progress.
Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Every week, we bring you useful tips, strategies, and motivation to help you speak English with more confidence and fluency. Your support helps us keep creating content that matters.
Thanks for spending this time with us today. Keep practicing, keep thinking in English, and remember, fluency starts in your mind. See you in the next episode of the Speak English podcast. Take Take care and keep going.